Hey everyone, it's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on Facebook and YouTube. Um, and I just wanted to come on real quick just to say something about the fact that um, now I'm just hearing today. I haven't pulled up the information or anything to look for myself, but I somewhat trust the sources that I received the information from to a certain extent. So, um, I'm guessing they're saying something about if you have an Instagram account that as of today, which happens to be the day after the 21st or the conjunction, okay, that now they are saying if you have an Instagram account, then Instagram has authority or um, rights to anything that you have, not just on their platform, because we already know that. But I'm thinking since they have something to do with Facebook or somebody was bought out by the other, I'm guessing we're talking about that too, even though we know with the Messenger that they already were doing something to that certain extent. But now I guess they'll have access to your camera, um, like real time. I'm guessing they can tap into it. They have information about your contacts and maybe even theirs. um, it's really funny how all of this is coming around the same time of them. Well, they had been talking up the whole contract tracing or whatever already, and when it's something they bring forth, but then they let it dwindle down in the wind. Have to wonder sometimes if it's something that's not being pushed at you like a dagger in the heart or in the head every day. Then usually it's something that you may want to take a little bit of a closer um, view on. Um, so I just find it funny that it's around the time that we were already told that they were going to start using this stuff, and now this so-called spike, which is funny too because hearing people talking about the spike, that there's some spike DNA or some spike something to do with the beings themselves that can happen. And I'm wondering if this spike that they've been waiting for was key word for something that's actually happening internally with something that's going on with what they're saying is going on or not, possibly something else. Okay. So, it's just a lot of things, but again, inwardly, outwardly, as above, so below, it's all that whole yin yang, black and white. Okay. Um, so, anyways, okay, so I'm thinking, this is a nice time for them to go ahead and do something like that. And, they haven't really been talking much about it. What they're pushing now is this stimulus more than anything. They're not talking about the fact that a lot of doctors are coming together and speaking on the fact that this iris is possibly connected to, or if you work on your vitamin D levels, okay? And so I don't want to speak too much about it because I'm still dipping in on some of the stuff that from like 10 years ago that I was reading that sounds very familiar to what they were probably preparing for today with some SARS stuff and everything like that and vitamin D. So again, those are just keywords. When I say something like that, it's just something that you could possibly just Google or look in some kind of book or dictionary, just to dig a little bit deeper, look within for the answers. Because again, um, so yeah, this is kind of just like me rambling. And what else was I thinking about this? Oh, and then I was thinking, um, how they are, how they were. Oh, even like the whole coin shortage that we don't hear anything about anymore, really. But it was just something going on then. Even when it was coming to, not spending money. They didn't want people to trade money or use money as much because it could have something on it. And the thing is, most people don't use coins or that type of currency anymore. Really? They use cards most of the time, so I don't know where the hell all the coins are. But again, I know it's just a distraction, and I know it's just something that they want you to look into. It might be pertaining to something very important. It might be a clue to something, is why I mention it. But yeah, notice there's not much talk about that anymore. Along the lines of them even wanting to have us connected on some type of thing when it, you saw the fingerprint things coming into stores and stuff. The past couple years, it went from just swiping to sticking the card in with the chip. Um, you know, Everything is seeming like it's going online uh, or everything seemed like it's moving towards um, virtual. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. So, oh, my hands are so dry from washing them so much. But anyway, okay. So it's going to something virtual. So they want to track you. They want to track everything you're purchasing. Notice how when the whole thing started, they closed down everything but three basic big companies that happen to be on speaking on terms of going in with each other and going more towards bringing people online, and going turning the stores into um, what do you call them, like self checkout, whatnot. Okay. And I think that one of the stores, Walmart or somebody, didn't want to or whatnot, but then after this whole thing, and this happened right before this Ovid, and so they were actually feeling like that Walmart, I think it was Walmart that was being bullied at some point into turning this way. And it's just so funny how I'm wondering, did they just buckle because those are the only places that were still open while all the other small stores and other stores had to sit in the sidelines on their hands and not be able to do anything to, um, you know, uh, provide for themselves or their families. And it's still going to be that way. So again, this whole thing may be wiping out none of this stuff I think is even going to matter in a couple of years, but I'm just saying how we can see how these people operate. It might be something with the old thing coming back, how people were saying that they want to wipe out the middle class, because those would be most of the people that would be owning stores and things like that and salons and things. Okay. So yeah, now that everybody want to be in your business, they want to contract. It's kind of like they're boxing us into this thing, um, that you can't see all the little walls coming in and closing in on you because there's so many distractions. So you cannot see in all different directions because it's something. Each time you turn, another door in a different area is just closing in closer and tighter. So so again, and if we do go with everything online, right, then that's just a way where they can just cipher their, you're just making transactions online. They get to know the things you need, you like to buy. Also, they're already doing it when you go to the store, and you might go to the grocery store, buy something, or be talking about something, and then it comes up in your feed. So again, nothing new. It's just the way that they have to announce these types of things to the masses because they think that we're so silly. Um, and yeah, I just think that it's just something going on. But I still think that at the end of all of this stuff, there's either going to be something really horrible that shifts things in some kind of way for one group and not the other, or just for all. I mean, it can sway either way for me. Not saying that there's a savior, but within us, something that we need to tap into in order uh, to receive, okay, from that realm or um, that frequency, okay. But a lot of us are not on that right now. A lot of people are afraid, so they're listening to these people, the very people that are just doing things that some of us can see instantly, when they put on their little, because again, I try to stay, um, I try to stay in touch with what's going on, but I take it in, and I go ahead and take that through my soul first for the wash, and then automatically, like whatever they're saying sparks something already anyway, right? That something is off, something ain't right. Oh, this means that, or whatever. Y'all know who you is that I'm talking to. Okay. And so, and then the thing of fact checking, and things like that. Doing your own research to see which way it goes with you. You know what I'm saying? What you really think about it. What the guides are, hewing in and letting you know about it. So, yeah. So I think that this is a very good time for us, but someone wants us to think otherwise. And while we're focusing on doom and gloom, not to say that someone telling you about this stuff is doom and gloom. Most of the time, us people that are speaking this, there's no fear in we're not fearing anything at this point. You see what I'm saying? Or we would not even be talking. You're being censored more and more and more and more now, with kind of like threatening kind of, messages and stuff like that for some people. Not really for me yet, but I just don't like it anyway. I don't like anybody telling me anything. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I'm just saying, we just need to pay attention. There's no need to fear. We're paying attention so we can prepare. You see what I'm saying? It's not for fear, because again, if you find yourself in fear after someone speaking to you like this, um, then you may want to dig a little bit deeper within, because you may not be all the way there yet, right? Because some things that matter to people in this realm, in this world right now, is starting not to matter that much for you. And some of us are all the way at one end of the spectrum, and some of us are just now realizing. So, and there's people in the middle all through and out. So, just be patient with each other, and helpful with each other. And a lot of ways that you can tell is like when you don't get angry at your family, your soul siblings, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't agree on every single bit and piece. I think a lot of us now are getting lost in the small things or the details, when I think that it's about a bigger immediate factor right now. And people are sweating the small things, and I think that those are the little crumbs that they're spreading out, or they knew would, appear once we started to get to this point of realizing and then recognizing and then doing something about it, right? Little pockets of us are making moves. Some of us may not be there yet, but other people are making moves, and then we support those people, if they doing right and if they right. So I guess this is going all over the place. This is probably why I don't do videos like this all the time. But I hope you guys see what I'm saying. I just feel like it's really funny how everything is going. And I don't know about any of you, but I've noticed lately, and again, to each his own. I know some people don't really care for me to talk the way that I talk when I go all the way in. But um, I don't know if any of you have noticed like these small drone type, and I'm thinking this has something to do with like Amazon, because I've seen them actually over an Amazon building. So I'm thinking it has something to do with them now signing up, or because they made enough, money during the time when they were the only ones open, you see, and that's the whole thing that they were talking about too. Not having the money to be able to do so. Well, if you shut down everything in the world and everybody has to go to these places, now you have the money to turn all your stores into whatever you want to turn them into. You know what I'm saying? All the technology that you need, right? So I think that, again, another way of twisting someone's arm and using the masses as bait, or as something that you can play around with their emotions and their livelihood, because of some little shit that they have going on up in that realm. Okay, within the governing forces, right? Okay. So, anyways, um, yeah, I'm just noticing that how everything is going to that. And so that means that somebody is going to have your social, your birth certificate, or at least they'll know who you are. Even if you have some other kind of identification, or you don't have that identification, they still have ways of keeping dibs and keeping track. So, you know, uh, it just seems like they're trying to get to this point where they can get rid of your consciousness or your thinking, your capacity, and either kill you off, remove you, or control you. And so, it's very strange, a lot of things that are going on. And again, it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, possibly. And I'm just, rambling. I just wanted to say something about these things. And a lot of times I'm doing these videos, I'm like reminding and jotting them down for myself too. If you see me put random things in the group or on Facebook, I'm in the middle of something and I just put it there for safekeeping so I can come back to it or whatever. Where it's really not safekeeping because they can remove the shit anytime they want. But you know what I mean, okay? So yeah, I'm just paying attention to that. I just really am looking at that. It just seems like they're funneling us into some state of uh, or just a really good whooping, a good beating down mentally, spiritually, for a lot of people, in order to then rebuild something better. See, with this technology that they have, whether they're going to put something in you or not, there's already something on you or by you all the time, these phones and your card, so, I don't know. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I hope I touched bases on everything that I wanted to say. It was just little nitpicky back and forth things that I wanted to mention. And I think that, I got them all. Um, yeah, I think that I have them all. So yeah, I think I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Um, yeah, so each one teach one, guys. Let's just keep trying to stay positive or staying positive. You know what I'm saying? And patient with those who cannot see. I think a lot more people are waking up at this point, but we're getting towards a deadline for whatever is going to be occurring. Okay. All right. So, and I hope y'all getting ready for this old lockdown. If you're not able to work or something like that, pick up a hobby, a craft, do something, start a channel, do something, that you can, something outside of work that you may be able to do if the grid shut down to a certain extent. Use your skills, tighten up on skills. It may come to a time when people have to barter and trade. I don't know. This is just something that I'm always thinking we're going to go to a really low point for a while in this country if this thing keeps going this way or around the world. But again, the whole world is just waiting for America to fall so that they can come in. And I think, the resources, I don't know even what is for at this point. Is it for the soul of America, which is us, which are the groups of people that were here prior to um, uh, the firmament or foundation establishment. Okay. So yeah, try to find something that you can do and, you know, that you can do during this lockdown. A lot of people are going to be in see again. So since everybody else is going to be online and they're going to be shopping online and doing everything online and afraid to come get the cupcakes from the lady down the street or go over here to this place and that place and, go to, what was I going to say? Um, shoot. Oh, yeah. Or make something for a baby shower. These kind of things like this. It would be something good for people to learn how to do. Since everybody is going to be online already. I think that's what I was saying. um, yeah. So again, and then support one another. I don't know if you guys have if you're in the group again and you're still here, if you have some advice, or you have some kind of something that we can do in the group so we can start letting people post something up when it comes to small businesses, um, when it comes to smaller channels that have good information that a lot of people sleep on, things like this, because I'm more of a worker with those groups of people, that are really good, uh, genuine people that may not have um, that much of a following, but they have a power. They have a frequency. They are connected directly to source. And it takes one to know one. You know what I'm saying? So these giants, that we are walking with today, to give them some type of, I know we give homage to a lot of other people that can't, when it comes to this realm, okay, to people that have come and gone and things like that. We may talk about the fact that they were in this group or they were attached to that or whatever, but again, some of these people woke up right before they were taken out of this world to try to give a message to you. And again, we can't say anything about those people because a lot of us were Brule. A lot of us were Uncle Tom, so-called, or these names that people get that I just really don't like. Y'all don't hear me say them names because I don't like them. But anyways, whatever, I'm just using it to get make a point. So whatever they call people, we were all pretty much, most of us were that already at some point in time until we woke up. Okay, so remember that. Even when it comes to your friends and family members that don't understand, be patient. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to limit myself to a certain extent where I can also have regular conversation with people than to be talking about all of this stuff, all the time like that. Because again, eh, what does it say? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, or the answer. Okay. Okay. Because yeah, I look at it more as like, because the information is coming through us, right? So anyways, okay, y'all, okay, I'm my fault. So again, we'll talk later. All right, take care.